With automations on the rise and in development, the digital marketing scenery is changing a lot. What human advertisers, and me as well, are wondering now is how much will human advertisers be beaten by machines? How will digital marketing campaigns work in the future? I discussed about this with Rareș Bănescu, the CEO and founder of retargeting.biz, an online marketing automation tool. We both have our arguments, and I will let you listen to them and decide on your own who won, the human advertiser or the machine. Targeting can be automated both in Facebook ads and in Google ads, but it's always the human advertiser that knows the buyer persona profiles best. It's always, in my opinion, the human advertiser that knows best who to target, what their buyer persona likes, what their other interests are, what is the normal behavior of the person that will buy from that certain business. Every business addresses several buyer persona segments, and it's the human advertiser that can best match each message with each buyer persona profile that he is targeting. The human advertiser can study with Audience Insights tool, with the Google Analytics in-market audience and affinity audiences reports. They can really study what exactly the buyer persona likes, what they dislike, and they can also realize what is the best message that they can deliver to that buyer persona profile. And they can go very deep into building a message conveyed for each profile. On the other hand, when the human advertiser knows what buyer persona profile he is targeting, it's very easy then to draw conclusions and insights from the results. So the human advertisers usually ensure there is a much more segmented and much more personalized targeting than a machine can.
Automated targeting is based on machine learning. A computer will always know better, or it can always perform better than a manual advertiser. I've got this question several times, and I always reply with this: how can Google similar audiences perform? Because once you integrated our product or Google, for example, we monitor your audience, and based on key parameters on that audience, we define new ones. I will give you an example that will be easier to understand. So once you define an audience, we redefine that audience. For example, we take out people that have bad metrics like bounce rate, or they are not sure if they want to make the purchase, and we add different bunch of audiences that our machine learning consider that they will perform. So basically what we do, we redefine your audience and we improve it, and this is done constantly through A/B testing and through machine learning. So in my expertise so far, machine learning audiences and automated audiences will perform 30 to 40% better than audiences that are once created, that are left there because nobody considers them. You know your personas, you know your customers, you just create the audience and that's it. Well, on top of that, we don't just consider, we test. We test, we A/B test, we create A/B testing, we have a continuous improvement A/B testing, and we keep that audience up to date to be 100% sure that that audience will perform for your website.
Creativity is usually specific to humans, and I think this is the area where machines will have the hardest time to beat humans. If we think that the attention span is decreasing and is now lower than 5 seconds, and if we think that usually a person sees an ad for less than 0.9 seconds on average, it really shows that creativity is an important point when you get the customer to click and to pay attention to your ad. I think that even though a machine can personalize the message and can, for example, show the exact product that a person has seen and can show the exact search keyword that the person has looked for, in the ad, even though, yes, they can do that, a machine cannot surprise you. A machine cannot come up with a viral message. And I think this is something that will always be human. Humans will learn and will have this empathy and emotional intelligence that will help them see things in a bigger landscape, that will help them see the bigger picture and see what would be surprising. And I think that a machine that would surprise you, yeah, I would pay a lot for that, but I don't really think that this will be invented pretty soon. So coming back to the messages and the creatives, yeah, I think this is an area where humans will beat machines simply through being more able to get into the mind of the consumer and being able to convey a message that somehow matches the inner monologue of the person. I think that the machine will have a hard time being as persuasive as a human advertiser can be.
We know so far that a machine can't be creative, but we have other advantages. A machine can scale creatives, and I will give you an example. If let's say a human designer will create some banners, some nice banners or some nice animations for a few products, what you will do, you actually advertise those products. But can you do this for 5,000 products or for 1,000 products? You would need 100 designers just to have the same creative for all of your ads. What we do, we use a builder where we can define the template. You can add animations, you can add different type of layouts and different type of layers on top of your creative, and we scale those creatives. So you just create it once and we scale it for all of your 1,000, 5,000 products. Basically, this will help us run dynamic ads with scaled creative, so you will not face the same challenge as you did before, doing the creatives for 3 or 5 products and that's it. The rest of them will be just as standard as your competitors use. We will scale them, and all of your creatives will look the same, and the same between them but different in front of your competitors and in front of your customers.
When it comes to strategy, I know that machines are working a lot on this, and I know that there are some things that they can do, and I think that they will help human advertisers a lot. But I don't think that machines will ever beat human advertisers. I think strategy is something that will always be human. Why is that? I think that first of all, human advertisers are the ones that can see the bigger picture, and the machines won't be able to do that. And secondly, I think that we are not advertising to machines, we are advertising to humans. And this is why I don't think that machine learning will ever predict so well the human behavior. If you think about e-commerce, for example, if machine learning would be the only way to get to the customer, and if strategy were machine learning made, then it would mean that a customer always buys, for example, in the evening, the same type of product. It would mean that our shopping behavior is predictable, and all the studies done by psychologists and by persuasion specialists and so on show that humans are not as predictable as we would like to think, and as it would be sometimes profitable for us. But human behavior is not so predictable. We don't always buy, for example, in the morning. We don't always buy when it's sunny outside. We don't always buy when it's rainy. We don't always buy the same type of products. It may be sometimes that we just change our minds. Changing our minds is something very human, very natural, and is not something that a machine will be able to understand.
So what I've noticed is that I have 2 questions, one about strategy and one about reporting. I'll take the first one, strategy. Once the strategy is defined, we improve it. As I said earlier, we have continuous A/B testing. So a short example will be in Google search. We take out the words out of your website, we submit them to Google, and we start spending budgets on those keywords. If we see that the keywords are not performing, automatically we mark them as negative keywords. If we see that those keywords are performing but not so good, we decrease bids on those keywords. And if we see that the keywords are performing very good, we increase bids. Furthermore, if we identify that some keywords are not performing on mobile, we stop spending on mobile on those keywords and we increase the spending on desktop. And this is similar for browsers. If we identify that on Internet Explorer or Safari you are not performing, we decrease Safari, we increase Opera and Chrome. Meaning that we take your strategy and we take it to the next level and we improve it to the next level. And in terms of reporting, to answer your next question, in terms of reporting, I had a class 3 days ago in Dallas Go where we discussed about the automation in general and in specific automation in Google and Facebook. And the reporting can be fully automated. Having access to Google and Facebook API, we have the possibility to get raw data, to go over it, and then to take decisions based on that reporting. I'll give you the simplest example. You have ROAS, you have target CPA, you have target ROAS, target CPA, target CPC from both Google and Facebook. So basically, once you define that I want orders that are, let's say, within the range of €5, our machine learning and also Google's and Facebook machine learning will display your ads in that manner that they will bring you maximum they will bring you orders in the capped at maximum €5 CPA as you requested. This means that the budget probably will not be spent 100%. If you want to go to that 100% budget spending, then you have to increase those metrics of target CPA or target ROAS or target CPC. But to conclude, even the reporting can be fully automated. So when you are using automated apps that are based on machine learning, the results are in average 30 to 50% better than compared with manual ads. And the reasons are all my answers regarding strategy, regarding creatives, regarding continuous improvement with A/B testing, and regarding fully automated reporting.